Greetings and salutations, everybody, and welcome to a special video. No, this is not game related. This here is my top 10 most anticipated movies for the summer of 2013. That's right, movie season is upon us, and being a movie buff, I cannot wait because there are so many great movies coming out this summer. And when I started doing up this list, it was bloody hard. Kind of. I kind of knew already what my top 5 or so were going to be, but from 10 to 5 it was kind of hard to pick. But I did it. So sit back, relax, and enjoy as I run down my top 10 most anticipated movies of summer 2013. Number 10. Number 10 on this list is The Wolverine, opening July 26th. Now, I absolutely despise X-Men Origins Wolverine, but this one kind of has me interested. I mean, it's being done by James Mangold, who did one of my favorite movies, Walk the Line. He also did 3:10 to Yuma and more. This one, it's really looking different from the other X-Men movies, mostly because it's a brand new setting and it's taking place many years after X3. Still set in the same universe, unfortunately. But the story looks a little bit more drama-ish, which is kind of different. And they have promised that Logan is finally going to go berserk. Those of you who love the comics know what I mean in that regards. And yes, Hugh Jackman is back in the role. This will be his 6th film playing Wolverine. 7 will come next year when he's in Days of Future Past. What has me really interested about this one, though, is Frank Miller is involved in the project, so there's potential for it to be good, and I really, really hope it is. So, fingers crossed for the Wolverine. And I mean, Wolvie is going to Japan. Seems to be losing his power in the trailer, and it has the Silver Samurai into it. So, good things are coming. We can hope. Number 9. Red 2. The very first Red movie was extremely fun. I mean, the title alone stands for Retired and Extremely Dangerous. And then you added in a cast of Bruce Willis, John Malkovich, Morgan Freeman, and others, and it was brilliant. I mean, it was funny, it was action-packed, it was great. And the second one is looking even better than that. I mean, Bruce is back, John is back. This time you have Anthony Hopkins coming into the movie. Catherine Zeta-Jones, I believe, is in the movie. It's an all-star cast. It looks like they're having a ton of fun again. I mean, yeah, Frank Moses and his motley crew of retired assassins return for a second outing. It's looking fun. I've seen the newest trailer that's out is just absolutely brilliant, and I recommend anybody to go and watch that trailer. Or don't, and go into the movie unexpecting of anything and have your mind just blown away and your ass is laughed off, because Red 2 is looking so fantastic. I mean, I really wanted to put this movie up higher on my list, but due to other movies coming out this summer, I couldn't. But yeah, Red 2, highly looking forward to it. Cannot wait. Number 8. The Lone Ranger. At first I was really, really concerned about this movie. I mean, I wasn't sure if it was going to be good, or if it was going to be bad, or if it was going to be horrible. I mean, Johnny Depp is kind of hit or miss in my opinion. He was great in the first Pirates, but it kind of went downhill after that. But after seeing the newest trailer for The Lone Ranger, I'm actually really excited about this movie now. I mean, it just looks fun. You got, like I said, Johnny Depp is in the movie as Tonto, and you got Armie Hammer as the Lone Ranger. It's being directed by Gore Verbinski. yeah, yeah, if you know the story of the Lone Ranger, then you kind of know what this movie's going to be about. So, I don't know what to say. I really don't. Just go look up the trailer. I mean, I'll have a link there for the trailer in this video, but the movie is looking just pure fun. It's like a summer movie. It's everything you want. There's action, there's comedy. That horse is not right. You'll get that joke if you watch the trailer, but yeah, I'm looking forward to the Lone Ranger simply because it looks like a fun popcorn munching summer movie. Exactly what I want for a summer movie. Yeah, summer movie. There, I said it again. Hi ho, Silver! Away! Number 7. The World's End. All I have to say about this movie, directed by Edgar Wright, stars Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. It's the third movie in their trilogy being Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and now The World's End. The plot is pretty simple. A bunch of friends reunite for an epic pub crawl to beat the one they did 20 years ago, I believe. But then they end up being humankind's only hope for survival. Yep, it's crazy like that because it's Edgar Wright, Simon Pegg, and Nick Frost. Need I say more? I shouldn't. Just be excited for the movie when it drops on August 23rd. Yep, that's all I'm going to say about it because it's friggin' awesome. Number 6. Star Trek Into Darkness. I love the first Star Trek movie. No, not the original with William Shatner, but the one done by J.J. Abrams. Never a Star Trek fan before that, but I love J.J. Abrams and his movies. I love his movies. So I decided to give it a try, and hold and behold, I became a Trekkie. Trekkie? Whatever you pronounce that. So, yeah, I'm quite looking forward to Star Trek Into Darkness when it opens up on May 17th. I've actually got tickets for a fan showing on the 15th, so I'm really excited about that. Excited to see that all the actors from the first one are back, including Simon Pegg, who did an excellent Scotty, in my opinion. So, really looking forward to this. I mean, after the crew of the Enterprise find an unstoppable force of terror, this is the plot, by the way, from within their own organization, Captain Kirk leads a manhunt to a war zone world to capture a one-man weapon of mass destruction. I mean, doesn't that just sound awesome? People are saying the guy could end up being Khan. Yes, Khan. I gotta do the shout in order to pronounce that right. But, Star Trek Into Darkness is looking phenomenal. It looks like you're more than your typical summer action movie. I mean, this looks like it's going above and beyond Star Trek movies prior to it, so looking forward to this. Looking forward to the sci-fi aspect that they've been showing. Really hope that nobody dies, but who knows? As long as Scotty lives, that's all I care. Simon Pegg has to live. The others, they can die. Who cares? But yeah, Star Trek Into Darkness is looking fantastic, and that's why it's sitting in at number 6 on my top 10 list. Number 5. Elysium. The new movie by Neil Blomkamp, releasing on August 9th. This movie really has me interested now after the trailer. I mean, I love District 9. I thought that's one of my favorite movies of all time. And this one's looking just as epic, really. You've got this space station called Elysium that's hovering above the Earth, where all the rich people have gone to live now. And they've got things to cure cancer and whatnot. And the Earth itself has gone to shit with Matt Damon down on the Earth. And by the looks of the trailer, he's breaking into Elysium to get something. So yeah, it really does look interesting, and anybody who likes good sci-fi movies, please check this out. I think you would love it. So that's it for number 5, Elysium. Number 4, Pacific Rim. Giant mech suits, giant monsters, giant mech suits fighting giant monsters. What more do you need to know? I mean, this movie is looking so epic. I've got really high hopes come July 12th for this. I mean, Guillermo del Toro is an awesome director. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to make a great story. And yeah, this movie is just looking great. The newest trailer came out just several days ago, and holy crap, guys. I mean, holy crap. The last scene in the trailer, you've got one of the mech suits dragging, using it as like a baseball bat now, a tanker ship. That's right, using a fucking tanker ship as a baseball bat. I mean, mind blown. This movie is going to be huge. Get it? Huge. Giant monsters. Giant robots. Whatever. Moving on. Number 3. Kick-Ass 2. August cannot come fast enough. I mean, the first Kick-Ass movie was awesome. It differed from the comics, but in the same way, it was fucking amazing. This is your R-rated, fantastic film of the summer, and hopefully it does really well. I mean, it's looking great. They're really picking up fairly closely to the comics. Quite a bit of changes, but it's looking good. All the actors are back, and this time we've got Jim Carrey in the movie as well, and it looks, guys, like his best role in years. Probably since Bruce Almighty, really. So, Kick-Ass 2, balls to the wall action. Red Mist is back in this time around. He's no longer Red Mist. He is the motherfucker. And, yeah, I mean, this is going to be a great movie, guys. I highly recommend that you check it out. And if you haven't seen the first one, please go and watch the first one. I mean, this series is so amazing. Do yourself a favor and go check out the movie. If you don't, you'll make Mark Miller cry. And you really wouldn't want to make Mark Miller cry. Would you? No, I didn't think so. Number 2. Iron Man 3. That's right. I know a few people out there might be surprised that this is my number 2 pick, but yes, Iron Man 3. I cannot wait to see this movie, and actually, I am seeing it tonight in IMAX. So, really excited for this. The movie is looking quite fantastic with Shane Black taking over the director's chair from Jon Favreau. So, he is looking pretty cool. We've got a lot of different suits appearing in this movie, which is awesome. Tony's kind of aftermath from the Avengers, really. And finally, we get the Mandarin in the movie. Tony's arch nemesis has finally arrived in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and it's about goddamn time. I mean, if you don't know the Mandarin, he is essentially Tony's Joker. He is Superman's Lex Luthor. It's, yeah, for the fact that it took him this long to get the Mandarin in the movie, really surprises me, so, but it's awesome. They got Ben Kingsley to play the role, and he's looking so good into it. We're probably not going to see the magical 10 rings, but that's okay. I'm fine with that. He's looking like a really cold and calculating villain, so I'm quite looking forward to that. And I will end this off with meet all of you who have already seen this movie who live overseas. You're so lucky. Number 1. Man of Steel. That's right. A DC movie actually makes my top 10 list this year for most anticipated summer movie. And this one is looking so beautiful. Superman hasn't always been a character that I've enjoyed. I mean, in most regards, he's classified as, too perfect. He's the good, willing guy who's willing to do anything for anybody, and a man of justice, and he's all-powerful. Nobody can stop him and whatnot, but Zack Snyder, I think, is going to do this man justice. And I mean, the movie is looking so beautiful. if you don't cry a little bit in some of the trailers that have been out there right now, you've got a Heart of Steel, because yes, so touching. I mean, the movie's looking. I can just only explain it as beautiful, really. And I think that this might finally be the movie for DC to branch off into their wider DC cinematic universe. And Superman's the best way to do it. I mean, sure, the Batman movies have been good, but as much as I like the Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises, they didn't feel like superhero movies to me. They really didn't. They felt more filmy, I guess. They're good films. They're great films, but not great superhero movies. But Man of Steel is really going to correct that, because Superman himself is probably the most comic booky character you can almost get to. Shoots lasers, he can fly, he wears a cape and tights, so yeah. But Man of Steel looking so good. Come June 12th, I cannot wait to kneel before Zod and then watch him get punched in the face by Superman. Awesome movie. Hopefully it does well and warrants tons of sequels, and maybe from this we can finally get a Justice League movie. Or even better, in my opinion, a world's finest movie where we can have Batman and Superman team up on the big screen for the very first time ever. So Man of Steel, please do well. Please everybody, go see Man of Steel. And with that, this wraps up my top 10 list of my most anticipated summer movies. I thank you all for listening, and I hope you have a great summer watching films, as I will. And until next time, I will catch you later. Goodbye, everybody.